Welcome to the Kingdom of South.
Please leave your message for...
to the ring, it's Il Capo, Chantel Cameron, fighting out of Northampton United. Katty Taylor. This bout is... What a pleasure it is to be. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. Nice counter punch right up the middle. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. Straight right just misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter, because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of those millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything, can break a man or make a man.
Nice counter. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Tried to score with a jab. She catches and counters. Every time they throw a shot, they get counters. She got clipped by that counter. They stop the hook there. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about... On to the second round. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in time.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Those counter punches have to hurt. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. These two women pretty close halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? She wasn't ready for that counter. Pace will slow down. It picks up. Good counter punching. Good counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Cameron in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round. There's the bell for round 3. The last round was massive for her, Johnny. How does she keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
counter shot by her. That counter shot lands. Tried to score with that hook but missed. The straight right just misses. Exchange punches. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Beautiful counter punch. Believe what we're seeing here. Oh my God, Johnny! The greatest female perhaps of all time is in trouble of going down. Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Cameron in that last round. Well, things certainly aren't going her way. She's been on the back foot. Here we go to the fourth round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
About 1 minute.
And Il Capo is down. She never saw that punch coming. Let's take another look.
You're right, Todd.
1, 2, 3.
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagle's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Uppercut doesn't get through. Nice counter shot by her. Midway through the round, and it looks like she has the advantage.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Catch and shoot. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. Another scoring shot there. How about that time counter shot? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Cameron in that last round. Here's the bell to start round 5. Desperate times call for desperate measures, Johnny. She just got dropped in that last round. Got to change something in the game plan here to turn this around.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Nice job blocking the hook. There's a counter shot. That hook was off target. Punch Huge counterpunch. Straight right just misses. Perfect counter shot. That jab misses. It's bombs away. When you get hit with a body shot like this, there's nothing you can do. Watch it again in slow.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Talking about Katty Taylor in that last round. Well, she gets a minute break here, but I'm sure she wishes it was 20 minutes after being dropped twice. There's the bell to start round 6. Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not down twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Beautiful counter shot. The straight right just misses. Oh no, Katty Taylor, the pound-for-pound queen, Katty Taylor goes down. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
Even I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to me.
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
She scores with that counter. The straight right just misses. Well done with that counter shot. Talk about Katty Taylor in that last round. It's not. Here we go. It's round 7. You can see the frustration on her face in the corner. She knows it is go time now. Fight or flight. She's got to get back in it in this round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
That uppercut can't get through. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter shot. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Just misses with that uppercut. of heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Nice counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Cameron in that last round. We'll see how much. And we enter the 8th round. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
The straight right just misses. Nobody home with that hook. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know.
Whoa, Johnny! And it's lights out! That will do it! What a knockout win! We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
I've got to see that again.
Not many people would have...